Fiction book presentation on Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera. The Unbearable Lightness of Being has a brilliant flow of narration. Kundera expresses the story of four major protagonist characters, Thomas, Teresa, Sabina, and Franz, and their love life and their subsequent struggles. With the background focused on Russian invasion in Prague, the story moves back and forth into lives and situations of all major characters. The connection within the story from one theme to the other, like lightness and weight, body and soul as duality, fate, time, sexuality, betrayal, and nudity, is captivating. Another method during narration is the use of German phrases and its translation in English. This is done mainly to express the exact feelings of the characters in their own situation. Thomas is a surgeon who is very good at his work. He loves his bachelor way of life and wants to be free. But eventually, he is tied up in a serious relationship with Teresa. Teresa, an innocent woman who is waiting for someone intellectual to sweep her off her ragged life. Living under her mother's shadow, she finds Thomas in her small town, and then she decides to start her new life in Prague to be with him. However, now she is fighting the battle within herself due to Thomas's disloyalties. She tries to find solace in diverting her attention to the problem of occupation on her country by the Soviets. Sabina is a painter by profession. She has a detailed observation for things in life. She longs for betrayal as a notion of bringing new path to her life. A lot has been shown through her eyes of how she sees different perspectives as she is mistress to both Franz and Thomas. Franz, an intellectual and reserved person, he respects women in his own way. However, due to Savina's influence in his life, he broke his shackles and became free of the lies that he had been living all his life with his wife. Fate. It's incredible how the author shows the series of events that entwined both Teresa and Thomas to meet. As the story unfolds, with events that triggered which created the situation for them to be together, Thomas, in retrospection, tries to collect the memories of those events which tied their fate and succumb to the concept of what is meant to be will happen in the end. Duality as lightness and weight. As the book's main theme, lightness and heaviness, Kundera tries to represent the duality in his characters with different instances and stories between them. Thomas and Sabina represent lightness in their characters and try to be unrestricted in their own terms. Thomas fears sharing his life with only one woman, and Sabina wants to pave the path to new life every time she betrays a country, parents, or friends. But what the lightness she feels within her in the end is actually pushing her to the emptiness. Franz and Teresa represents heaviness in their characters. Franz, tied down by his so-called respect for his wife, breaks his boundaries of heaviness as Sabina's influence was so great in his life. Teresa, due to Thomas's infidelities, drops down to the prison of her own, the life she wanted away from her mother, where she felt nudity as a uniform. That again haunted her as Thomas was not faithful to her and treating every single woman's body he had been with the same way. This feeling of not having the unique body dragged her into the emotional heavy soul. In totality, the book hurtles around from one character to the other and interchanges around themes like fate, duality, time, betrayal. Therefore, coupling the context of the character's love life and the underlying themes in a beautiful manner. The core motive that we can take from this book as human beings is we strive to discover hidden meanings in every context in our life. This way, we try to link our current situation with the path that we have taken in our lives in the past and embrace it as our fate.